This is a DVD that captures some of my experiences while serving in Vietnam from 1965 to 1966. Because of Guard's intervention, I became the battalion chaplain assistant for 2,000 men. This assignment caused my faith and trust in God to grow greatly as I experienced Him working through me to bring comfort to hurting troops and to share His love and message of salvation. Later, I was assigned the duty of battalion mail clerk. This was especially a joy during the time of Christmas to give each troop in the battalion Christmas cards and a Christmas gift sent from loving Americans. The DVD opens with me attending an outdoor chapel service, then meeting with others for lunch. The helicopters are one of the most important vehicles that are used to carry troops to engage enemy, deliver medical supplies and food, and a host of other things. These are scenes of me walking around the base. You can see an outdoor chapel. You can see troops, tanks, trucks, jeeps, and other vehicles as I'm walking and riding around. This whole area was woods at one time and it had to be cleared to make a base camp. Now, sandbags are placed in various areas of the base camp to protect buildings and troops in case of enemy attack. And these are still scenes of me riding around the base camp. Now, tents were put up in the base camp to house the troops. This is a flag that was captured from the Viet Cong. Now, these are scenes of overlooking the base camp. These large helicopters are like flying cranes in the sky. They can carry very large amounts of weight. Yes, that's me driving. I know it's hard to believe. This is called a mule and is used for many different things. This is me getting off of a helicopter. This is me performing my job as mail clerk. I was assigned a driver to take me to pick up the mail for 2,000 men in our battalion. Here the sergeant and my driver were thanking me for doing a good job as battalion mail clerk. This is a mock setup of some of the men preparing me in case I would go to meet the battalion commander. They are giving me a new shirt, a new belt, a new hat. One of the guys you will see is shining my shoes, and then they check me over to make sure I looked okay, to make sure I look like a top-notch soldier. These are scenes where the helicopters are located. This was a wooded area that was cleared to provide a place to make a heliport for all of our helicopters. These helicopters were used also for carrying heavy loads, as you can see there. These small helicopters that look like glass bubbles were used for observation. Here is where the helicopter is being used to take hot food to prepare troops, to give them a hot meal in the field. These are scenes overlooking the countryside and the base. I'm just walking around the base. You see me here. Here I'm getting orders from my sergeant to let me know that I soon will be going to Saigon to start processing to go back to America. This is my high school classmate, Roscoe Ward. We went to high school together. We are meeting each other to spend time together. We were in separate units. More pictures of these large helicopters that were used for transporting very heavy loads. One of my buddies showing me he has orders also to go to Saigon to start processing to go home. I'm working here to help put up a tent in the base camp. Here I am attending a USO show that the Army had for the troops. The group singing is the Brothers 4. This is me getting a haircut. Once again, you see me bringing in the mail. My friend Augustus Banks, who is also from Washington, D.C., who was in a different battalion than I was over in Vietnam, came to visit me. He is showing me that he had orders also to go to Saigon to start processing to go back to America. He was drafted in the Army the same time as me. These are pictures of me just riding around the heliport. You can see the various types of helicopters. These are troops getting ready to go on a reconnaissance mission to locate the enemy troops. These troops were taken by helicopters and flown to where the Viet Cong had been spotted. The Red Cross also used helicopters in performing their mission. This is a river that ran near the base camp where there were rice paddies. Here you see Vietnamese working in the field. Yes, that's me getting a vaccination. More scenes looking over the base camp. Now, this is when I went to visit one of my buddies. He's giving me a demonstration of how the large guns and mortars work. Now these are troops setting up mortars. They had to set them up in a certain length of time. And they're going through a practice run here, setting up a mortar. Here I'm riding into town with my buddy Gregory Bryant to go sightseeing and to go shopping. You can see people and the various things they were selling in the town. And you see the children in the streets playing and the people busy working and using the animals for transportation. I stopped to buy a kimono. I wanted to send home, and I had the lady to try it on to show me what it would look like. Then I bought some of the children candy. From these scenes, you can see what a Vietnamese village looks like. Here I am, arriving at the base camp in Saigon. I'm meeting friends I came in the Army with that I had not seen since I had been in Vietnam. We were in different outfits and different battalions. We were all there to start processing to go back to America. It was a very hot day, so you see the men sitting between the buildings next to sandbags to try to stay cool. And the men you see in this video were all processing to go back home to America. I'm getting my uniform ready to leave. There is no running water in the base camp. There was a large bag, which you'll see, that everyone had to drink from. And only one cup. Everyone used the same cup. And you'll see me now getting a drink of water, and then I will be giving the cup to someone else. And after this drink, now I'm getting ready to leave Vietnam. When I arrived back in the United States at Dulles Airport, I saw my mother and my brother coming to meet me. Also, I saw the news photographers coming along with them. I didn't know why the news reporters and photographers were coming, because I had not done anything special in Vietnam. I found out that my brother was leaving to go overseas as I was arriving from overseas, and the newspaper heard about this, and they were there to do an article about this. They put an article on the front page of the Washington Afro paper that said, Mrs. Matthews greets one son coming home from overseas and says goodbye to another son who's leaving to go overseas. Along with the article, there was a picture showing my brother and me kissing my mother on each side of the cheek. It was on the front page of the newspaper in Washington, D.C.